It's a similar formation they went with last week against New England. Stas Kazarnowski gets the start. Jarvis and Sullivan make their first start in 2025, as do Dos Santos and Colahuaso. Aiden Stokes is between the pipes for the Red Bulls, posting the clean sheet, posting a 1-0-0 record in 2025. We are at center pitch here at Subaru Park. The city of brotherly love will see a bitter rivalry of old. The New York Red Bulls and Philadelphia Union 2 make their way as they split the season series a season ago. 1-1-1 they've drawn. They've gone up against each other 17 times in their program history. The edge goes to Philadelphia Union 2 with a win. New York Red Bulls can tie the series between these two sides dating all the way back to their time in the USL Championship. New York is in yellow. They'll work from right to left, while Philadelphia are in the blues, going from left to right as we make our way for opening kickoff in Subaru Park. And Ibrahim Sakaglia at the helm for the last little bit as his unit have to defend. A little bit of scrapping back and forth, top of the area. You got a man down, and finally, the whistle gets blown. As David Vasquez rolls around, he gets that contact from behind, not once, but twice. And then eventually you had Korzanowski attempting to fight through, and it wasn't the one on Vasquez that was called, it was the tangle up with Korzanowski that got whistled down. And this will allow Philadelphia to get one of their first key set pieces. About 19 minutes in, we saw Red Bulls get a pair of attempts on the corners just a few minutes ago. What can Philadelphia muster up as Pariano and Sullivan stand over it? Kevin Sullivan works on 5. Sullivan! Kevin Sullivan, off of the set piece, breaks through the barrier and gives the first goal to Philly Union of the 2025 season. All starts from the foul. Interrupted there by Modelo, allows the breakout to start for Sirwada. Sirwada escapes the double team. Hangs on and just rolls out of control with LaFleur in his face. Kevin Sullivan gives it a go from distance, but Stokes using the mitts there. Sullivan wanting to use what he's given, the wind to his back, to maybe help that ball sail. And now Sullivan again. Sullivan, attempted escape, sent out by New York. And it will go to a Philly throw. As you can just see, every time that New York has the ball, you just see all the gold jerseys come upward. And one of those, Amar Modelo, gets around Sullivan. Modelo into the area, service in, but disrupted. Nice header there by Gavin Wetzel to force the corner. With Wetzel in front, back up top. Hesitation by Sullivan. As Sullivan and Vasquez hit the deck. And advantage goes towards David Vasquez. We're at 3 minutes, and that'll do it for half number 1, as Philadelphia Union 2 will start things off in half number 2 in the all blues, right to left, New York in the all yellow. Elevated, headed up, New York. Still trying to get it out. Still alive. New York get it out. Philly continue to move. LaFleur, Vasquez, he's got Olney. Olney takes a shot, punched out by Stokes. Sullivan, foot race to keep it in possession of the Union. Couldn't slide it across. He was looking to get the pass across from Mastrodimos as Philly continued to fight for it. But Philly Union 2 and New York Red Bulls 2 both understanding that they have to continue adding on the fly. As flying in now is Mosquera coming off the bench. Mosquera! In 2025. And this is a nice ball played here. We've talked about how the wind has really helped guide some of these balls. New York's back in Philly's face. And Mosquera trying to utilize the fresh legs, as he's only played about 3 full minutes so far. And they look to work those numbers again as CJ Olney and Vasquez go back and forth. Kozarnowski hits the outside of the frame. And this is a nice play here by Kozarnowski and by Vasquez with the right foot. And now Philadelphia Union 2 will utilize their substitutions after a pair was made by the Red Bulls only about 7 minutes ago. As that was a little too much contact made. Trying to get their first win on the MLS Next Pro side. They had the advantage as of the 20-minute mark. Rossborough scoops it in towards center, back post on net, but just over. And it goes towards the bleachers. This was a beautiful feed for Dos Santos. These two have gone head to head in this Next Pro era. But it's settled down by Modelo. Modelo to center, back heel taken by Rossborough and wide again. The primary target in the last several minutes for New York Red Bulls 2. He slips behind the defender, got the touch, but it was kept in by Vasquez, streaking through. Stokes intervenes. 10 minutes remain of 90. Ball bouncing, and that was touched on, and most likely a foul for Philly. It will be. And the head official reaches for the back pocket. Gavin Wetzel done for the night after clipping Mosquera on what most likely would have been a one-on-one against Rick. Gavin Wetzel, that one just bounced over his head. He tried to go for the touch, didn't keep the feet moving. It's the opportunity to equalize. Mosquera and Jarvis. Mosquera! Overhead of Rick. A golden opportunity. This is exactly how Kevin Sullivan scored the only goal of the game. Bit of a flub there by Rick. Still up for grabs. Pariano settles and just will boot it out of play for the throw-in. That was an awkward ball there off of Rick on the attempted punt. But Ibrahim Sakagya will go towards the bench again as Dennis Nelic enters the game with Colahuaso exiting. You're going for a center back for a central midfielder there, so you're bringing the numbers upward into the area. Philly sends it out. Centering in the area. Nelic couldn't get the touch. Nelic, a New Jersey native, part of Red Bulls Academy, subbing in. Red Bulls have to defend. Eddie Davis tries to get across the face of Modelo, cannot do so. Aiden Jarvis to switch. Too far in front of the intended target as 3 minutes are flashed up on the board. Serwada. Matthew Dos Santos, he has been all over the pitch in today's game is Dos Santos. He's a left back, but we've seen him take the set pieces. He's been inside of the area several times in today's game as he has to let this one go from the arms. Serwada for Jarvis. Jarvis for Rossborough. Rossborough scores! Tanner Rossborough, a man up, gets the first goal for New York. We're tied in stoppage time. It started with a set. Lays gently for Gallagher. Mosquera. Dos Santos into the area. Plucked out by Philly. A try from distance is held on by Rick. We've seen the attack really push for New York. They had consistent pressure throughout the entire second half. And this will be a takedown for New York as the booking is given to Modelo. As we are in the final minutes of play. The stoppages in play have been the killers for both sides. New York off of the throw-in, Philly off of a free kick. Into the area, chested down, it's alive! And clipped out of play. And that will do it for regulation as Pariano, the captain, works on the goaltender, Aiden Stokes. Stop by Stokes! A part of the U20 squad for Antigua and Bermuda. Steps in the second-year man, Jarvis. Stopped by Rick! Rick and Stokes headline round one. We are still level, scoreless in the first round of PKs. Stas Korzanowski, no goals in his first season, game number 2. Gets it to go for the first goal in PKs. Rafael Mosquera gets it through. Rick got it right, but too far out of reach. And once again, as we mentioned, a chance to put Philly ahead in round 3 of PKs. Vasquez buries. Go against Andrew Rick. Modelo, stopped by Rick. It took 6 shots for someone. Game number 18, 4 goals a season ago. Gets it to go. and Union have the advantage 3-1 in round 4. And the conversion by Soria. Charging ahead and misses! Tanner Rossborough and Philadelphia Union 2 get the extra point.